Hello everybody, today I'm going to do a video overgoing all the changes on Minecraft 1.19. If you enjoyed this video or find it helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, and without any further ado, let's get right into this. So as you can see, this is the seed I always use, and the generation has mostly not changed. It's all the same here, but we'll get into that mostly later. So, if you have an old world, you don't gotta worry about like weird jagged places if you go to a place that wasn't loaded on the old thing and the biome just changes. But let's get into the things that did change instead of what stayed the same. Alright, so the first thing we're going to cover is these frog lights. These are gotten from frogs when they eat a magma cube. Now, an orange frog will give an orange light. The green frogs, which spawn in the snow biomes, will give a green light. Then the white frogs that spawn in swamps will do this pearlescent frog light. Let's see if this guy will eat this thing. They don't do it very often, but one can hope. Alright, let's go into an environment where they will be stuck together. Alright, here's a more controlled environment. And there we go, right off the bat, when they can't escape each other, they drop the frog light. I don't know if that's just they were if the magma cube was too big or what, but there you have it, how to get a frog light. Alright, I will next real quick just be showing you the green frog. So that's what he looks like. They're in snowy biomes. And then I'll real quick go to show you what the white frog looks like. Alright, so like I said earlier, the white frogs are in mangrove biomes. So you're going to do /locate, then type in mangrove. Give it a second. There are coordinates, and oh boy, this gotta be a rare biome because that is far. Right, here we are in our mangrove swamp. So, there you go, white frog, have them eat a magma cube with a pearlescent frog light. Oh boy, maybe it was a size thing, because these guys are eating the little ones way faster than the orange guy did. But anyway, let's next have a look through these swamps. As you can see, we got mangrove. These are mangrove roots. We also have mangrove prologue. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, I am sorry, but I will show you how it works. So you'll go to pretty much anywhere. This can be on mud or grass or a whole bunch of things. Place it down. Oop, almost forgot. You need bone meal because, like I said, it's a sapling. Then you just hit it like this, and you get a cool little tree. You can find these naturally growing, but if you're having trouble, just place it on the bottom of one of the mangrove leaves, bone meal it. Bone meal can place on the bottom of any of these, so as you can see, no need to worry about that. And speaking of the mangrove trees, here is an interesting thing about them. They have these muddy mangrove roots, which is when they obviously grow into the mud, so that's opposed to these airy ones. And since the mud is opaque, there's no waterlogged position like with these airy ones. But moving on from the roots, because those are a lot less interesting than the mangrove logs. Huh. Wonder what did that. Oh, just pops off when it's ready, I think. Anyway, mangrove logs, like any other logs, can make a whole bunch of things. Again, I'm not in survival. I cannot just craft them into planks here. But anyway, let's look at all the mangrove things. So here's all the stuff. I particularly like the trapdoor and regular door, just because I think they have really good patterns on them. There's the door, the trapdoor, just really good all together. Can't wait to use those in some builds. And just one of my favorite parts of this is the mangrove boat. I just love that red color. Such a great addition to the game. Alright, something I forgot to mention is these can grow underwater, so you can put it like there, grow that bad boy up. I put a tree on a tree, so that looks kind of weird, but After seeing that, you might be wondering, how deep can this go? And the answer is pretty freaking deep. I don't think... Ooh, I'm not very bright. Pretty deep. I don't think there is a depth limit, because I can come all the way down here, bone meal this sucker, and here we go, a fully formed tree. Like nothing's happened. But, you know, weird game things happen, so I'd like to see them make a thing that's like, oh, it can't go more than, like, however many blocks deep underwater, because this is kind of weird. But, you know, happens. Alright, looking closer at the frogs. We're going to place a couple and show you the breeding. These take slime balls to breed, so just click them both. Give it a second, and they'll make their eggs, which is this thing called frog spawn. So this is a completely pass-throughable block. It does not break from boats. And if you break it even with Silk Touch, if you know, you're not going to get it. The only way to obtain it is creative mode or commands. And a little funky thing, if you breed them on land, they will not make any. So you see they go through their breeding, and then nothing. They just give you the XP and walk away, because the frogs can't spawn on ground. One last thing about the mangrove biome is what you can do with mud, which is the new block you've certainly been seeing around. So it can be used to build by itself, or you can turn it into packed mud. As you saw, that crafting recipe is just regular mud with wheat. I'm guessing the reason is because a long time ago, if people were building with mud, they'd add like straw to it to make it more durable, I think. I think it like makes it not break apart so easily. But in Minecraft, you use wheat. Then that packed mud can be used to make mud bricks, and these can be used to make anything you can do stone bricks with. Next thing's next. We're going to go to the Deep Dark, which is the Warden biome. So let's head there. We're going to do Locate Biome. Scariest one there is. And there's our coordinates. So if we go here, we'll see that was a very low coordinate, -45. And oh boy. Very spooky, but I'm not sure I like this one real much. It's in such a dingy cave, so I'll go find a better one. Alright, here is the Better Skulk biome I found, or Deep Dark biome rather. This is what it should look like, covering everything all gross and stuff. And let's go over the blocks here. So, it spawns only very, very deep, obviously, you can tell by the name. But the things we have around here are Skulk. This stuff, very gross sounds when you place it. Skulk Vein, it's kind of like Lichen, they don't really do anything, they just sit on stuff. Don't even emit light like Lichen. And these Skulk Catalysts. If you kill something around a Skulk Catalyst, then it will make more Skulk, so I'll show that real quick. Let's find a juicy mob to kill. I think they're in miscellaneous. Yes, cow. I apologize, but this is for science. So if you kill a mob close to them, it spreads, and you get an achievement called It Spreads. Very nice. And the last block around here that you'll see is these Skulk Catalysts, which as you see, they signal the Skulk Catalyst, and they scream. They are supposed to summon a warden if there isn't one nearby. I'm not seeing one nearby, so I'm not sure why it's not. And there we go, that's how it's done. I switched my game mode to hard, so maybe they only spawn in hard, but there we are, sniffs around, and it happens by you stepping on those. These bad boys have 500 hit points, so that means 250 hearts, because each heart is 2. And so they naturally take a while to kill. The whole point of these is that you don't kill them though, you're just supposed to run away because they are so dangerous, but I'll show you what you get when you do kill them. Alright, so you saw it bend down and that was its attack, and also just drops a skull catalyst. You know, the things laying around. But anyway, now that it is dead, you saw me spawn it by stepping on it. Now I'll show you. You can walk by these. It hits that, and now another one should spawn. There you go. Climbing out of the ground like the monster it is. Very spooky. Alright, this is the ancient city. This wasn't here originally, it doesn't spawn with them. I just moved, and so this thing activated after the sensors detected me. But you know that bit. And this is what they look like. Really quite interesting looking places. Very rare structures. They got chests around them, and these are all very good chests. Sort of like what you get in End City chests. Just in the sense that this is amazing loot. That's because there's going to be lots of wardens when you're running around here, so you'll have to fight them off. Falling squid too, because that's some of the fun physics of this game. This thing, I don't know if they're going to add another dimension later, but that's sure what it looks like. And as you can see here, that's an unrecognizable block. Reinforced deep slate. Here's its crafting recipe. I'm not sure what it is right now. Sounds like another one is spawning. And they got that heartbeat sound, which is just great, because everyone wants to hear that. Anyway, let's get over some of the blocks you can find down here. Alright, finding a place away from the sensors so that they don't trigger another warden spawning. Here are some of the items that are, here are the two items that are new to the End City and can only be gotten from their chests. An echo shard and a disc fragment. So, going over those, the echo shard is really interesting. If you put it like so around a compass, you'll get a recovery compass, which will point to your last death point, the last place you died. So it's pointing off that way for me. And a disc fragment, which if you craft like so, all 9 pieces, you get Music Disc 5. Samuel Aberg. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, so I'm going to say Aberg. Let's get Jukebox so I can show you what that sounds like. And let's also go to the surface, because this place is kind of sound sensitive. Alright, back at the spawn. Let's place down this Jukebox and listen to the disc. Actually, I'm going to go up in the sky so we don't gotta worry about that cow being here. Right, we should be able to hear the cow way up here, so now let's listen to it. Alright, there you have it. Very spooky soundtrack. Especially with that little interlude in the middle where it was just like toy box music. But there it is, and the next one I said we'd cover is the recovery compass. So let's say I went over here and died. Respawn. I don't have the compass on me. 1 second. And now the compass. That's not the compass. There we go. Now the compass will be pointing at that spot for me, the one where I died. Very nice. Thank you, compass. Great for getting things back if you want to stash one of these in your base. Alright, next up we have a bunch of goat horns. All different names. You get these from killing goats, of course. And you blow into them, and they make different sounds. So I'll real quick just go through all of these to show you what all the sounds are. And there they all are. There's their names real quick. All very good names, all very good items. Except for that one that really didn't sound like it could blow. That was a little sad. Next up we have the Allay. The mob voted at the mob poll. And you can give him the items. That's what he'll try and look for now. And so like the thing said, we'll take the items. So let's throw a couple on the ground. Then nope blocks. So they'll grab the cake. They should bring it just over here. And the reason I use cake is because you get this advancement. Very good ones. Birthday song, which is the have an LA bring a cake. Then have an LA deliver items to you. So this you can get from any items. This is specifically a cake. And they're pretty simple, you know, you can use them for cow farms or whatever you'd like. I think farms is really the best way for them, but I'm really happy with this little guy. I think it's an amazing addition to the game. And that will be our episode. If you enjoyed, found this helpful, let me know. Tell me if you have any ideas for all the amazing new blocks in this, with all the blocks and features in this update. Make sure you let me know. Tell me in the comments. I love to hear from you guys. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.